Bote, Shalom, welcome to everyone to our new episode of Bnei Kongo. Today we're going to a really special part of Africa where a lot of people are considered Jew or Israelite. This is Nigeria. And to talk about this topic, we have with us Rabbi Yosef Chayim, who will tell us a bit more about what make the Jewish community of Nigeria so specific and what is the roots for this community to be traced. So, Shalom, Rabbi Yosef Chayim.
Shalom, thank you, Rabbi Shimon. It's good to be here. Thank you.
Really good for us to have you. We're really happy.
It's always my pleasure to be here. I consider this place as home, and you know it.
Yes.
Wow, Hashem, it's good to be here.
Really, really happy. And we are really happy for a specific reason because it's for a long time we want to talk with someone about Nigeria. And here we have many French speaking people, but we don't have someone who come from this specific country in Africa. So to start, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your journey into Israel and Jerusalem and into the deepness of Torah, because you are now a rabbi?
All right, thank you. Like I said before, thank you so much. I have so much appreciation for Botina Kadisha in so many ways, in so many aspects. You guys are very, very close to my heart. It's on record that this is a yeshiva that is doing something which is not being done anywhere in the world, and I'm very, very proud of that. I don't come here very often, but you know, when you have a son or you have a brother or your wife, even if they are in a different country, they are very close to your heart than even the people who are around you there. So in my heart, I feel very proud of what Rabbi Pinchas is doing. Rabbi Shimon is here. We have Rabbi El Natan, Rabbi Akiva, and the rest of the Rabbanim, and you are all doing greatly well. My journey, I will say, it has always been, you know, from birth. I came from the Igbo Tribe in Nigeria. Everyone knows that there is this connection between the Jewish people and the Jews of Nigeria, the Igbo Tribe to be precise. And I want to mention something. There are other tribes in Nigeria that have Jewish connection, like the Urobo and so many other tribes. I'm not taking anything away from them. So when I moved to South Africa in 2009, Cape Town specifically, it was around Pesach. And I went to the Beth Knesset. I said to them, I would like to come here for Pesach because I have always, you know, been part of Pesach and everything. We baked our matzah and everything. And they looked at me and said, sorry, we will not allow you to come in here. I said, why? And they said, you are not Jewish. I said, what are you talking about? How do I celebrate all these things on my lives? My father did it, my grandfather did it, his the great grandfather, and everyone. We grew up like this. Why do you say that I'm not Jewish? They said, this is what I can tell you. If you want to be here, you have to be Jewish. And I left. I was very angry. Okay, so, but my nature is, I am an inquisitive person. If you tell me that this thing is like this, I want to know how it looks like for myself. Okay, and I went back again. I said, okay, can I get in and see what you mean by not being Jewish? He said, no, we're not going to show you anything. We have to put you in a program, and after the program, we confirm you. You know, and okay, I said, okay, if that's what it takes, it doesn't take anything away from me, let's do it. It took me a few years. It was just a few years in my eyes, around 7 years to, you know, become confirmed, so to speak. And the year after that, I made Aliyah. I came to Israel and went straight to Yeshiva at Machon Meir. From there, 1 year, 6 months, Baruch Hashem, I got married. And then I moved to Yeshiva at All Torah Stone, where I studied for my rabbinics. And in the end, I got my smicha from Rav Shlomo Riskin and Rav Ramon and the Mizrahi organization. So that's the short part of my story and how I came to Israel.
So Mazel Tov for you.
Thank you very much.
And your trajectory. And you say something very interesting. You say that you grew up basically doing Pesach, doing all the festivals that are prescribed by the Torah and our sage. So can you tell us a bit more about how is it to grow as an Igbo child? Was it something obvious for you that you were a Jew, or was it something that you discovered later on? Was it something that people were talking about, let's say, specifically or out loud, or was it something that you had to dig to find out?
Good question. You know, in Nigeria, all other tribes, we refer to the Igbos as the Jews, right? So you grow up with this feeling, and that all of you are Jewish, even the people who don't keep it. You know, there are Catholics, there are other people in Pentecostal. We were not. We were always in the derech of Judaism. But even the ones who have gone out to other religions, they still believe, every average Igbo person believes that he is Jewish, and the Nigerian society also sees them as that, and they talk about it. So it's not something that is made up, and it's not something that is hidden. There are so many connections and traditions that can, I don't want to say proof to that, because I have come to realize, you know, after some years of learning, that we don't really need to prove anything to anybody, you know. And that is the beauty of what you guys are doing. You are not going out there to prove to people and say, guys, look at how Jewish we can be. You are just there going to educate the Jews, and knowing that they are Jews and you believe that they are Jews. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, because this issue of trying to prove something, it's, you know, who are you proving it to? You know what I'm saying? So the records are there, the similarities are there, the traditions says that. I can say for sure that there are some people who have got it mixed up, you know, have gone separate ways. But there are still some people who are still in the sincerity of their heart, in the line of Judaism. So to answer the question briefly, it's something that I knew right from childhood. And every male child went through circumcision. It's very obvious down there. It's not even a question. And so I had no doubt that I was Jewish growing up. When I got the doubt for the first time was when I went to Cape Town, and they said to me, you are not Jewish. And then I was like, what is going on? I must be missing something here. Please, can you explain why I am not Jewish?
Obviously, we have this long time debate, like the Bnei Ishai said that Yehuda can help Yehuda, and Ephraim, meaning the 10 tribes, the people who are from, let's say, the descendant of those tribes, can help Ephraim and Yehuda. So can you tell us a bit more about the common tradition that the Igbo keep practicing today? Because we know for the Igbo it's something that is amazing. We never had that before, that one of the biggest rabbi of this generation, Rav Kanievsky, said that the Igbo basically are Jews. They need maybe Gior Lechumra, but just to be sure. And it bring another kind of question. Then they start to check the Rambam and say, what do we do if we find Jewish kings? Because obviously there is lineage of kings and tribe chief that are in Nigeria. So you say circumcision and you kept Pesach. What are the other, let's say, tradition that the Igbo kept until today that make them so strong into Torah?
Okay, I want to say that maybe sometime we could have a full episode on all of the traditions. We can discuss them in details, right? Yes. But I'll make a general overview of them. There's a book that has been written about this by someone, and it's out there. I can't remember who. But in terms of Brit Milah, it's obvious we had what we know as Talit, which are worn by men. When I say men, some people who have become of age, you know, they wore it in their neck. We even saw it from the relics that we had dug up. It's an evidence. And in terms of Nida, it's very obvious to everyone who comes from that side that our parents and all of us do not eat food that is prepared by our mother during a period of Nida. You know what I mean? So during the period of Nida, she's completely separated from her husband, not even able to cook his meals. You know, and so many examples during Sukkot, the palm trees, and how we build the houses and all of that. Like I said, I also don't want to speak much in details, not to look as if I'm trying to prove anything. And I am saying this because I know that there are some of my brothers and sisters in Nigeria who are not very happy that I had to go through the Giyur process. You know what I mean? Because for them, it's like, what do you mean? You are not sure enough that you're Jewish. But for me, I think it doesn't take anything away from me. It's just a way of discovering, you know, how best we can maybe help them in and make them more strong in their avodat Hashem. I'm not in any way saying that I know Judaism more than them. No, I'm not saying that. But there are things we can share between us, you know, and yeah. And
this is maybe the meaning of this whole journey for also for all of us that are in this Derer in Botzina Kadisha, is that, like we said before, Yehuda can help only Yehuda, but Ephraim can help Ephraim and Yehuda. So basically, by coming into mainstream Judaism, you came in a way to help, bring your light, and to say, okay, I have my tradition, I know who I am. Nobody will tell me who I am. I know who I am, and guys, I'm here to help in a way. And maybe this is, I think, the message that we have to today bring. And to flip, because many Africans, like you say, they don't understand why people go through conversion process. They don't understand why they in a way change a little bit of their lifestyle to let's say fit into a certain current of Judaism. But the answer that maybe we can give to the people today is that no, you came because you see that you have a bigger mission, something bigger to accomplish, and only by helping Yehuda to grow, you will help the whole world. Because if Yehuda and Ephraim are together, the whole world will be in peace. And to conclude, I have a last question. What do you expect from maybe this connection with the, because like you said, the elder people start to wear the talit and so on. So is it a possibility that in a way to connect with them, with the keeper of the tradition, of the Igbo tradition, and to learn from them, and to let's say have an exchange with them in a deepest way, to together bring up all those truths of who we are as African, or they like to say that we never been part of history, but this is obviously
not true,
a wrong statement.
Yeah, it's a very good question. Thank you. I think that we have a very rich culture in Africa, and we are naturally very loyal people, right? It runs through our blood. We don't call our elders by name, you know, and that's loyalty. It's very, very natural, with us. Many very good qualities that I can say, even though that most of our problems are because we give our trust to people and they took advantage of our trust. And it's very difficult for us to understand that we have to change something in us to watch out for the people who are taking our trust for granted. You know, so it's like you said, we have to go back, learn our tradition, and the good things that we have, the respect of the elders and the communal living which exists among us. We have to learn those things, incorporate them into our Avodat Hashem. For example, I used to joke with my wife, who happens to come from Sweden. I said, anytime I go to Nigeria, people will just come knocking. We heard that you are back. We just come to greet you without invitation. So it's and somebody who came before in the morning could come in the evening and say, yes, I was here in the morning, but you've been away for a long time, so I decided to come again. So there is this sense of community, and we are very easygoing people. Those things we have to really go back and learn them and bring them into the Judaism that we have as of today. You know, and I think it will come. It's a place of strength. It's not weakness. For somebody to be loyal, for somebody to be humble, to somebody to be friendly and have a sense of community. They are all strength. They are not weaknesses. We have to find a way to bring them into our Avodat Hashem as we have today.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Yosef Chayim. And like you say, those things are strength, and the sun shines on everyone. So because Africa is like the sun, we have a lot of things to learn from it. Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone, and see you soon for a new episode of Bnei Kongo.
Thank you, Rabbi Shimon. Thank you so much.